shocking discoveries were made on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They are incredible signs for everyone, and that can change the course of humanity a little, as I will show you very soon. To give you an idea, the Temple Mount we are referring to is what the Bible calls Mount Moriah. This mount is of great importance related to the discoveries that I will share shortly. Before continuing, I would like to remind you that if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, click the button below the video to subscribe and activate the bell next to it to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. I would also like to thank everyone who has been following my daily messages and prayers. I have received many testimonies of God's work in people's lives, and if you have also been blessed, leave your testimony in the comments to encourage others to pray with us. On the one hand, in this mount, the most important part, according to Jewish tradition, is a stone called the foundation stone, which is covered by the dome of the rock and therefore is not visible to the eye. However, a person who enters there can see this foundation stone, known in Hebrew as Even Hashtiah. This stone has a direct connection with the creation of the universe. According to tradition, there is this idea that this place is the center of the universe, not geographically, but spiritually. It is here that the world is sustained by the study of the Bible and the work of people for God, especially the work done in the Great Temple in Jerusalem. The site also housed a large temple, which will be shown later. But it is important to point out that this foundation stone was the place where Abraham sacrificed Isaac as described in the Bible. God instructed Abraham to go to a specific mountain, which will be revealed later, and at a certain point, when Abraham was alone with Isaac, he realized that this was the place chosen by God. Abraham took Isaac there, and the rest of the story is known. God recognized Abraham's faith and asked him for another sacrifice, replacing Isaac with a lamb. This place has a special meaning, and it is no coincidence that it is so important. In addition, tradition tells that Jacob, when fleeing from his parents' house, slept in a place where he built an altar of stones and had a special dream in which he saw angels ascending and descending. This same place is known as Jacob's Ladder. So we have the story of the three patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who had important experiences in this very significant place. The Bible tells us to bring our sacrifices and offerings to the place chosen by God, but it does not specify what that place is. This information is transmitted only by oral tradition. Throughout history, the Temple Mount was conquered by various nations after the destruction of Solomon's temple. 2 temples were built in Jerusalem, the first and the second, which were destroyed. Later, the Byzantines built there, and later the Dome of the Rock was built, which protects the sacred rock. During these changes, parts of the stone were stolen and used in other constructions, and slabs were placed over it for different ceremonies. Only recently, when these slabs were removed, were archaeologists able to observe the inscriptions. The first discovery is the name of God, the Tetragrammaton, revealed in this stone. This is a very old tradition to show that it was He who created the world from there. The second archaeological discovery is the existence of a cavity in the stone, and the archaeologists have exactly measured its dimensions, which are 2.5 cubits by 2 cubits by 2 cubits. This measurement is in perfect accordance with the biblical description of the Ark of the Covenant, when God ordered a wooden ark to be made with these specific measurements. In addition, inside the ark, the Torah scrolls written by Moses over the 40 years were placed. This exact measurement of the cavity reinforces the connection between the foundation stone and the Ark of the Covenant. These discoveries clearly show us the existence of a single creator who formed the world in the way that has been described. This revelation has the power to change humanity's perspective. It is important to understand that Jerusalem has an increasing sanctity as we approach the Temple Mount, but one must be aware of and keep a distance from that sanctity. The place represents a very strong divine presence and is associated with historical events of great biblical importance, such as the stories of the patriarchs Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as well as the construction of the great Temple of Solomon. Closer and closer to this holy place, we can draw closer to God, knowing that He's the creator of the world. It is important to understand that those who frequent this place without proper reverence are disregarding its sanctity. According to the Bible, a person's soul, is cut off from its connection with God, just as a rose loses its source of life when it is disconnected from the earth. Therefore, it is crucial to be careful when approaching this holy place. The Holy of Holies is right where the foundation stone is, and according to tradition, the Ark of the Covenant was also there. Tradition holds that the name of God, the Tetragrammaton, is revealed in this stone, and it also represents how He created the world. This revelation is a clear reminder that there is only one Creator who formed the world, and this should change humanity's perception. This is a tradition thousands of years old, and now, through archaeological discoveries, we can see physical evidence of these ancient traditions. These archaeological discoveries reinforce the historical and spiritual importance of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They lead us to reflect on the divine presence and the connection between God and humanity. The Temple Mount is a sacred site for both Judaism and other religions, and these discoveries underscore the place's relevance throughout history. It is a meeting point between the divine and the earthly, a space where the presence of God is experienced and where fundamental events for the faith took place. The foundation stone, covered by the dome of the rock, represents the starting point of divine creation. Jewish tradition believes that this is where God began to create the universe. This symbolic conception of the Temple Mount as the center of the universe transcends geography and highlights its spiritual importance. Furthermore, the presence of the Ark of the Covenant, as mentioned in the discoveries, rescues the biblical narrative of the people of Israel. The Ark was a symbol of the covenant between God and the Jewish people, containing the tablets of the law given to Moses. This connection between the foundation stone and the Ark of the Covenant strengthens the link between the holy place and biblical tradition. These discoveries have significant implications for understanding history and spirituality. They reaffirm the existence of a unique creator and the importance of seeking a connection with the divine. The revelation of the Tetragrammaton and the inscriptions referring to the four created worlds highlight the grandeur and complexity of the divine plan. However, it is essential to remember that access to these sacred spaces requires respect and reverence. The Temple Mount is a site of great sanctity, and religious traditions establish specific protocols for approaching it. Those wishing to approach spiritually must do so with humility and understanding, recognizing the importance and sacredness of the site. These archaeological discoveries bring to light a new appreciation and understanding of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They invite us to reflect on our connection to the divine, the importance of religious history, and the search for a deeper spirituality. Through these discoveries, we are challenged to explore and value the ties between faith, history, and humanity, paving the way for a greater understanding of our purpose and meaning in the world.